This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. Well, celebrity artist gifts Takeoff's father with a painting, a beautiful painting of his son. And his name is Ron Didon. Really good painting, man. It's the eyes. You can see it. It's the eyes of Takeoff and all the different years throughout his life. Then we got Fat Joe claiming he lost $20 million during the beef with 50 Cent. I highly doubt that. He said he had a shoe deal with Michael Jordan, and Jordan pulled out. This was an excuse for Michael Jordan to not do the shoe with Fat Joe. Fat Joe's sales around this time were trash, okay? Fat Joe's sales 2005. That was around that time. Now, this is around the time people were selling like 500,000, 1 million. That was good the first week, right? Because they were boosting your numbers back then, too. He sold 6 studio album. Fat Joe released June 14th. Atlantic Records. Album received positive reviews. Number 6 selling 106,000 copies the first week. Now, nowadays, that's great. Back then, bad, okay? That was really bad back then, especially the amount of money they were pumping into it. It wasn't good. And then his sales fell off quickly the second round. Now, that was a great album. I like that album. But I'm just telling you, his sales weren't super big. And I think that was a way for him to back out of doing the album. Because around this time, he had the beef with 50 Cent. They had the big thing at MTV. 50 Cent didn't lose any endorsements whatsoever. And they were taking shots at each other during the MTV Awards. 50 Cent actually gained the vitamin water deal around that time, which turned out to be a $100 million deal. But Fat Joe did do an Air Force One collab with Nike. So that's what makes me think, because he did a Terror Squad Air Force One. That's when Air Force Ones were super hot around this time. They're still hot today, but they were super hot because like Nelly was coming off of doing the Air Force One song. It was big. So Fat Joe having an Air Force One was big, and it was the same company. You know, Nike. I know they're separate, but they're also together at the same time. You know, and this all stems from obviously the Ja Rule beef when, you know, Fat Joe did New York with Ja Rule. 50 Cent focused his attention on Fat Joe because he wanted to make sure nobody could help Ja Rule get out of the rut 50 Cent put him in. And I don't blame him. 50 Cent keeps the pressure on Diddy. They faked their breakup. So Diddy faked a breakup with Young Miami for some reason. And cut her allowance to $200K a month. That was the rumor for media takeout, which turned out to not be true, but 50 Cent still keeps that pressure on. But they were just seen together today. So, I mean, this is right after he had his party and had like 3 of his girlfriends there at one time. Cormega comes to Nas' defense during an interview. He's asked about 21 Savage, and he said, you know, I let him slide. I'm not too mad about it because 21 Savage, first of all, Jungle, who's Nas's brother, reacted really quickly and came with some funny stuff. He said that felt good to see that. And then also 21 Savage apologized right after that. You know, sometimes people say things they don't mean or they speak out of turn. He said if there's a city, Nas is a landmark. 21 Savage is a building. A building could be torn down and rebuilt. A landmark is there forever. And, you know, you can only hope to reach that status in hip-hop or any kind of musical genre. And, you know, it's good to see these two back being friends the past couple years. Solid like they used to be. 50 Cent also throws some shots at Jay-Z. Says this is, there's a footage of him running around on stage when Jay-Z and Kanye are performing in T.I. And he said, this is why they say he only had one album. I made them so uncomfortable. I'm working on being a better person. Jay-Z did not like 50 Cent running around on stage, and he was telling him, yo, you can get down if you want to get down, man. But they were very jealous. 50 Cent run the game around that time. Blueface, apparently that whole shooting that happened was because he made a bad joke during a comedy club. Like, I guess he said something to somebody else in a comedy club, and it resulted in a fight outside, which ended up in him shooting at a car. And that's why he's out on bail right now. But anyways, this is Jordan Tower, JT News. Appreciate you guys, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.